very quick walk because I've only got 3 minutes. So I've got to be fast.
I am going to dig the bell on.
Hi everyone, so I'm Stuart Smith. I work for the Hepatitis C Trust in England. This work has largely been delivered by a fantastic team that I've got to acknowledge. So Sue Murphy, Carrie Litley, Danny Morris, Rebecca Bulmer, Daniel Crowley and Felix Attell. And this is the wrong presentation, but I'm going to go with it. This is my second presentation, but I'm talking about peer-led needle exchange delivered by peers in the United Kingdom. Could you flick on? Okay, so a little bit of background. We've been very lucky in England to have a really good response to HIV in 1986. Very good NSP services where most towns would have a pharmacy where you could collect NSP, and that was a response to HIV. What has happened is there's been a quite large decline, so they were very good, and they're certainly not as good today. In the middle, there's some data from our monitoring that's done by UKHSA, who oversee and do surveys of injecting drug users. 22% of people still reporting sharing needles, and 40% sharing equipment to use that to make up their hits. And at the bottom, the Hepatitis C Trust, we are a peer-led charity who have been treating hepatitis C for some years now, but it meant we had quite a lot of people already out doing outreach work across England. So what I'm going to show now is a bolt onto that, where we encourage them to carry backpacks and hand out NSP. So we started about a year ago in October, and lived and living experienced peers would distribute injecting equipment alongside harm reduction advice, whilst on their outreach that they're already doing as part of their HCV work. We trained 9 peers who had lived and lived experience again, and they were provided with backpacks to carry the supply of NSP, and we had kind of arrangements with local providers of clean equipment so that we could go in and get as much equipment as we needed to go out on the streets and provide the equipment. We made a quick and dirty little mobile application that was able to, every time we did a transaction, record some just very quick information about doing the transaction. So the data comes into just an Excel sheet, and then actually a peer who with lived experience has also created this for us, which shows where we're actually distributing NSP in England. And what's happened since October, it's become very popular. The pilot sites were right down the bottom left, the green bubbles, and the top purple ones, that are the 2 pilot sites I spoke about a minute ago. But as you can see now, more and more peers have started to take on the programme and start to deliver NSP as part of their day-to-day work. So on the left, you can see that almost 4,000 transactions have now been done in the last 12 months, 70,000 1 mils and 21,000 2 mils syringes and various other bits of kit. And importantly, over 1,000 take-home naloxone kits have been provided. This sort of shows some, we do sort of make the transaction very user-friendly. We believe that a person should just be able to quickly get their equipment and not be subject to a big long survey. But some of the questions that we do ask, there's about 5 questions we ask, but I wanted to show you this slide because this one in the middle here is about whether they're currently engaging in drug treatment, and actually 43% of them aren't engaging, which means it's a really good opportunity to meet people who probably aren't engaging in any of the traditional healthcare options or routes that we've got in England. So the conclusions, the first 12 months, which actually brings us up to sort of today, we've now got 88 peers who have completed accredited NSP training. We're now delivering in 19 of the 23 kind of health regions that we've got in England, so most of the country is now being covered, if you like. Over 92,000 syringes have already been provided. Again, over 1,000 take-home naloxone kits. And the service is being very well received. Many who are reporting accessing equipment from where they used to get kit from. And again, only half of them were actually accessing the traditional drug offer from the drug treatment provider. So we believe that peer-delivered NSP is an essential component in reducing drug-related harms, including BBV and wound site infections. And then the last line is being successful at engaging those without access to services or pharmacy-delivered peers. And I just want to emphasise quickly the word engaging. We have become part of teams in England so that our skill set and the clinical teams have understood now that we have a skill that we can engage people like normal clinicians are unable to. And that's been a big fight for us to kind of get clinicians to really realise that we have a role in their teams. So we've, it's been a very successful in England. And that's it. I don't know how long it was. I was just rushing. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.